Greetings, Gagelings. Gaijin Prime here with my review of My Hero Academia, Chapter 133, Chase Kirishima. It starts off, Kirishima is obviously giving chase to the guy that shot Tamaki with the Quark neutralizing bullet, or stealing bullet, or nullify bullet? I don't know. They haven't given a name for them. Which it is confirmed that he no longer has his powers, sadly. He thought because it didn't hurt that much that maybe it didn't do anything. He was like, don't worry, I'll catch the guy. He tries to use the octopus fingers to no effect. It started to extend from his fingernail, or not his fingernail, but from the tips of his fingers. And yeah, it didn't really manifest any further, and it's like, it doesn't activate, what? Gum's context or lack of context, I was having a hard time understanding what he was even saying, even through a read-through. But, be careful, guys, and all that kind of stuff. And then he eventually tells Tamaki to stay behind. The other heroes will be there, so just cooperate with them. I guess he eventually was told by Tamaki, as we do see, but some of his, I don't know, could have been the translation that made it confusing. I know that's kind of the go-to problem solver, probably for my own cognitive, let's say, stupidity. But yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of weird. Because he was going, I think, after the guy. I mean, we don't actually see him do anything this chapter. Unless maybe Kirishima was that much faster than him, which is possible. I mean, Fat Gum is pretty big dude. But, yeah, Kirishima traps him down an alleyway. And it's like, weren't you going to help your brothers? Why are you running away? You're the one that shot the gun and all that stuff. And it's like, don't you think I want to help my brothers? And then he reveals his Quark, which are just these three little forearm blades, which he cuts at Kirishima's face, which was hardened, so it didn't really do anything, though it looked like it kind of scraped him, but it's hard to tell if that's just the way he looks or what. But yeah, he was like, you can at least compliment me, you know, that took a lot of courage to take the shot. And that's kind of funny in itself. And then while he's kind of blubbering, and Kirishima's like, just like, what? He pulls something out of his sleeve, which, like a little injector kind of thing, like an EpiPen almost, and injects himself in the neck. Why the neck? I mean, I guess it was the quickest exposed skin he had. But and then his powers start to evolve, which Kirishima actually had heard about this in the news, apparently. We have not heard this in the news. And that it was a Quark booster drug that's been going around. And all of a sudden, all these long, very similar to the teeth blades that Moonfish had a few arcs back, except these don't come from his teeth, they're just coming from his body. Hell, one of them came out of his eye. I scream for blades. Stupid joke. Anyway, but yeah, they seem to cut through about almost anything. They're even cutting Kirishima, and he's obviously worried. It's like, what am I going to do? He'll, because they were heading out of that alleyway, which he's just like slicing up the walls because they extended quite a bit from his body. They're definitely much longer than the little 10-centimeter blades that he had before. But Yeah, and Kirishima's like, he'll cause, a lot of damage if he makes it onto the main road, which is true. I mean, if he cuts you, and cutting through buildings and everything else, it's like, people don't stand a chance. So, but Kirishima can't, like, get anywhere close to him. His hardening isn't good enough. And then he thinks back to his talking with some of his friends, whose names escape me. There was Bakugo and Kaminari and the shadow guy and the tape elbow dude. And they're all just talking, and he was bringing up, like, when they were doing all that, like, quirk exercise, strengthening exercises and all that kind of stuff. And All Might had given them the advice of just, how did he put it? Not be flashy, just go straight forward with your quirk, because, well, you harden and then you hit. So, yeah. Which, I guess, All Might would be about the same way, wouldn't he? I mean, the way his powers work, they're not that flashy. He's a straightforward kind of dude, and so is Kirishima. So, perfect advice. So then he starts reaching deep within himself, because after Bakugo was like, aren't you going to, like, become, like, unbreakable or whatever? And then, by virtue, he does. He's like, I must become harder. Must become an unbreakable wall. And yes, so he hardens, and now the blades are actually starting, as they're hitting his body, are now breaking off. And he looks much more monstrous. He calls this Red Riot Unbreakable, which I would have thought maybe a cooler name. I think I went with Red Riot, like, Demon. Just Riot Demon would have sounded awesome. But whatever. Anyway. So, yes. So he now stands a chance against the newly empowered thug, whatever. Elsewhere, Tamaki is talking to the police. They've captured the other thugs that were with that one dude and everything, and one of them was like, just die. And he gets all depressive, which, given that he doesn't seem to have his quirk powers anymore, that's a bit more relevant now, isn't it? But which is actually something I think we might already know what it is, because a few chapters back, Chisaki took Eri, his daughter, we don't really know if that's actually his daughter or not, to what looked like a similar chair to what All For One had, and maybe how he, like, steals powers and stuff. And what if there's somehow, by something, well, his was stealing powers, not just getting rid of them, was it? Or was it both? I don't know. But, what if Eri's powers is like a neutralizing power? Like, X-Men 3. When, that one kid that the government had, and had, like, that neutralizing power mutation. And it's like, whenever anyone came anywhere close to him that had a mutation, they just turned back to normal. What if that's, and they're just somehow weaponizing it? That's my idea anyway. I'm probably not the first. Won't be the last, but hey, I'm in there now. So yeah, that's kind of where I figure where they're getting it, because Chisaki was seen to be the one who's distributing such weapons around, which is going to be destroying, justice, as it were. So obviously he would have to have a close tie to the source of such things, which, if his daughter is that, and they're just using similar technology that All for One was using, maybe it all makes sense. I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment. But anyway, hell, leave a comment if I missed anything. But thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Keishlings, roll out.